Hey guys, so I was tagged in the Wanderlust Tag by Fatboy Fitness Vlogs and by Tosh Time. So I just wanted to get that started, and if you haven't checked out their channels below, definitely check them out in the links in the description. Alright, so let's get started. Okay, so I don't really know where my first plane ride was to. I could have asked my parents, but I really didn't want them to get involved. But my family traveled all around the world, and actually traveled probably outside of the country more than I have inside the country. But my most recent trips on a plane were to Mississippi, and that was to the Mississippi and to the Dominican Republic. They were both a while ago in college when I was doing missions work. So, yeah, that was it. I would love to go back to, and this is going to sound very funny because of me being two different countries. Like, I've been to Greece and Turkey and all those places, but I think my missions work sticks out a little bit more to me, the Dominican Republic, working with the Dominicans and Haitians, and just seeing the love that they have for life and just not having much. And it makes you appreciate what you have even more, and just knowing that you don't need all these things in life to be happy. So I would definitely like to go back there and to see old friends again. And if it wasn't outside of this country, I definitely would be on a plane ride to Florida because I'm obsessed with fishing, and that is where my heart is, Florida Keys. So, yeah. All right, so if I was leaving tomorrow and money was no object, I would definitely be on one of those cruises that were 6 months to a year. And I think they start off at around like $27,000 or something like that. But I absolutely love cruises. So if you haven't been on one, I definitely recommend that. So, and don't be afraid because you don't really feel any kind of movement on the boat, unless it's really bad weather. Just don't go during hurricane season. All right. When I was growing up and traveling, we would always drive to the Florida Keys, which I am from Jersey, so that was a long drive, and I can remember hearing the oldies that my dad usually plays, Motown and all those goodies. So yeah, driving is what I'm used to, a lot of plane rides, but my preferred choice would definitely be by boat, and preferably a boat that I can fish off of, but of course you can't do that off a cruise. So I would definitely say a boat and to none of those options. So yeah. Right. So my favorite travel websites are definitely for cruise lines, and those are for Norwegian Cruise Line and for the Royal Caribbean. If you have never been on a cruise before, I hate to say this, do not suggest going on Carnival. I would invest in another cruise line. So, yeah, those are the two, and those are going to be in my description below, okay? So if I were to travel just to eat, I would definitely say I want to go to New Orleans or to Texas because I don't remember going to Texas at all. Mississippi area I was around, but didn't really get to experience the, food in the area. So I would definitely say those two. And you know what? If I could, I don't know if you guys have ever seen Man vs. Food, but I would definitely take some kind of Man vs. Food road trip around the country just to visit all those stops because that food looked amazing, and I wouldn't mind gaining a few pounds just to do that. So, yeah. There's nowhere that I would not travel again to. that I can think off the top of my head, I haven't had really that much bad experience at all with traveling, so yeah. No, I definitely cannot recite my passport. I don't have time for that kind of stuff. My brain already halfway functions by itself, so don't have that much space in my brain to memorize that number. All right. All right, so I definitely prefer being by the window so I can rest my head on it. And the middle seat just seems a little claustrophobic. And if I sit on the aisle, I feel like I'm going to get hit by the tray of the cart when it comes by with the food. So definitely the window. And I like to look out and see the views. All right, on the airplane, I pass the time by usually sleeping or watching the movie. For some reason, I've always had a problem with motion sickness and trying to read, so I definitely can't do that. So definitely sleeping and watching the movie. All right, so I'm going to tag Strong Body and Mind and Big Papa Port. And if you guys have done these already, then I'm sorry, I'm really bad at these things, but tag, you're it. So also, I have ordered AncestryDNA, and I will be sharing the results with you guys. It's going to take a little while, but I'm excited to learn a little bit more about my ancestry. And, you know, of course I'm Black, but I know that I've been told that I have some other stuff in there. So we'll see what happens. And I'm interested in seeing what country is dominant in my DNA background. So we'll see. And yeah, I'll talk to you guys on Tuesday for my body shots and my stats update. So we'll see. Bye.
I'm gonna